body, speech, and mind held in perfect oneness. I send my heart along with the sound of the bell. May the hearers awaken from forgetfulness and transcend all anxiety and sorrow.
Ba nghiệp lắng thanh tịnh, gửi lòng theo tiếng chuông. Nguyện người nghe tỉnh thức, vượt thoát nẻo đau buồn.
Hello, I am Thai. What I like about the spring because I can take Claritin every day. Please have some more tea and cookies. While we, if you have questions or anything to share about the practice, you can. Otherwise, I will share with you something related to our practice. Any question? Okay. Good evening, my dear brothers and sisters, friends. Welcome to our Friday session. Today is the April 29th, 2016. Oh, happy birthday! Happy birthday! Oh. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Wonderful. Today, I heard Brother Lawrence share that his happy day is also can give a ride to Thầy and guest to Westlock. I also have a few happiness moments that I'm able to take a break and walk and enjoy time with special guests from United States. And they are my the friends that I knew long time, and this is the first time that they have a chance to visit Edmonton. And you know that if I'm home, then I always focus to many things that I work on. Very rarely that I take a break and enjoy a whole day. I do enjoy, but just a short time, and I go back to work. He told me that, oh, I'm sorry, we take too much of your time. And I said, no, sometimes all the members really want me to take a full day break just because I am a workaholic. So, and I also am happy to see many old friends that they once a while they can set up their time and come back with us. And you know that the CD that I invite Bell, both English and Vietnamese, and that CD has been recorded about maybe more than 15 years ago, I think, done by Don when he first came to the temple, and he heard Thầy invite the Bell here, and he loved it, so he set up the time. He brought me to the the what do we call the studio recorder, where we record. I also see Cindy, one of my sister, once, and even I keep silence, but in my heart, sometimes I think about her and I wonder how is she doing now, because she has been go through many difficulty times. And today I'm so happy that she can enjoy things around her. The reason I share this because sometimes we have a reason. Like, let's say myself, I have a reason. Oh, I'm working, and because we attach to a reason that we call a main reason. We are working, and we totally forgot things around, especially our loved one. And the reason why we have so much stress and depressed, because we just focus to the work or something we call suffering, difficulties. We forgot that difficulty that we are dealing is only one. But surround us, we still have fresh air, beautiful clouds, flowers, water, and many pets, animals around us. They give us joyful. Each of us here, we already have something to like, to love, not only in spring. When it's spring, we have something that we enjoy. When it's winter, we also have something to enjoy. When it's autumn, we also have something to like, to enjoy. So when it's summer, we also have things to enjoy. So in the 4 seasons, there's nothing that we dislike. We do have something we like about it. Let's say Brother Lawrence, he has allergy when it's spring. But at least he likes it because he doesn't need to shovel the snow. So if we want to focus to something positive, there are still points that we can direct our mind so we make ourselves feel fresh and happy. In the Lotus Sutra, there is a chapter. The chapter told that one day there are many, many bodhisattvas in the 10 directions. They came to see the Buddha. And they asked the Buddha, they request the Buddha, let them take good care for the human on this planet, to take care for them, to guidance them and to give them support. The Buddha refused. The Buddha said, thanks for your kindness. In my own world, I already have people who are willing to do this. So after the Buddha finished that, after the Buddha said that, underground, thousands and thousands of bodhisattvas spring up from underground and join their palms and say, Buddha, we are here to help you. This is something very miracle. It's unbelievable. And of course, there's nothing like that in real. But this is an idea to show us the picture of life. Why the Buddha refused people from outside the world? Because they are not live in this world and they cannot experience the happiness or the suffering of this world unless these people who live right on this planet. So the Buddha said, thanks for your kindness. In my own world, that means this planet, we already have people willing to do that. And what does that mean by the bodhisattva spring up from underground? I heard a lot of you said that, oh, I enjoy because I can see all the plants that I grew last year after a long winter, too cold, they spring up. You see, it's that miracle. This morning when I was in West Lock and I see many trees and plants, they starting to grow. A miracle. After a long winter, so cold, look like they die. But not if they have enough conditions of warmth. All the energy of living start to grow up. We are also the same. Sometimes we do nothing because we just too tired. We manifest to rest. It's conditions to rest, let's rest. If they have enough condition to stand up and do some work, let's do some work. And if you know that you are too much work, you overwork, you overload, you need to rest, then rest. I don't know whether you still remember that song. And when I rise, let me rise. Like a what? You remember that? And when I rise, let me rise. Like a what? Like a bird. And when I fall, let me fall. Like a leaf frequently. We fall down freely like a petal of a leaf. We can fly up and freely like a bird. Do not block ourselves. Because a tiny plant still can grow through the hard ground and show us the intent of living. Then why not us? This afternoon I received a message. Thầy, pray for the young people right now on the world. They always, when they're facing something difficult, they want to commit it to suicide. They want to end their life. Some of the country, they have the tradition. They have the tradition that if they're facing some difficulty, especially the enemy, they cannot accept that people underestimate them. They're willing to kill themselves in order to show the hero in them, to show the strong in them, that they are not willing to bow their head to anyone if they are not really respect. And that maybe become the tradition, generation to generation. But what I want to share here is in the Lotus Sutra, that chapter look like something miracle, but actually it is only a lecture for all of us to learn. We have to experience. Buddhism is not for someone who outside the world, like heaven or hell. Buddhism is for human. Buddhism is a way of life. If we cannot change ourselves, if we cannot transform ourselves and help each other to transform, then never think that one day you become the Buddha and you will bless many. You cannot love someone around you, then how can you love all living beings? So the reality is, be here, right in this moment. So the Bodhisattva from underground symbolizes for all of us. We grow up from difficulties. We grow up from our suffering. The long winter symbolizes for hard time. The ground also symbolizes for hard time. But if you have the intent to live, if you walk to West Lock Center sometime, or you sometime on some parking lot, and you see some tiny tree that grew up from a pave. Because if there's a crack, you will see some plants coming up. So right right deep inside of our heart, we have the seed of love, the seed of understanding, the seed of happiness. And if we're willing to make it possible, we water that every day. Like Brother Lawrence said, please share us something you like about the spring. Or sometimes you dislike, but try to find something you like. We do have negatives. We do have positives. But if we just focus to the negatives and water that every day, and that negative will become the fruit, a strong fruit in you. Everything has come from your mind. Everything has come from our mind. If we have a strong mind to do it, we're willing to do it. And that will become the successful. The energy of the mind is stronger than your physical energy. Because your body will do it according to your mind. If your mind wants to do it, you will stand up and do it. Sometimes I have only 1 hour to sleep straight, 1 week. Every night, 1 hour, 1 hour. But how come I still can afford for all the work? Because I know, even, I want to sleep in, I sleep more, but I know it's time's up. We already have something to do. Then I can stand up, wash my face, and continue to work easily. So the energy of the mind is very strong. They can give us the energy of our physical body. You see a very cold and condensed with ice lake. After the sunshine, ice melt. What is the sunshine? The insight, the wisdom. The temple of wisdom shine to each of situation. Everything will be melt. The way we treat the one who always have a cold heart, a cold face, they never show any love. They never talk any word. They have a very cold heart. But with your warmth, protection, you're able to melt them. You're able to let them know that they love you. You care for them. So meditation is sometimes something we reflect on. So I always remind, do not misunderstanding. Meditation by sitting. We are meditation here. We are not just meditate by the way we sit, but we meditate by the way we reflect and we find the way to live. Because only the good way of living bring you more energy of happiness, and you're able to bring a lot of energy of happiness for people around you. We may not believe that helping other people is a happiness. Why? Because we never do anything and we don't see how happy when people receive our help. But after a tiny help, you see how happy they are, and you know, oh wow, when we're able to help others, this is how they're happy. This is how they feel released. They have been helped. And that is the energy to nourish you to continue. We don't do it, we cannot see it. I look at the cookie, I can tell, oh, it's sweet. But I will never know how sweet unless I taste it. A piece of cookie with the one who gets full is nothing. But the piece of cookie will be very meaningful to the one who is hungry. Same thing. So every tiny thing is a Buddha. Just because we don't see it. How come when we have full of pleasure, one day we are facing something difficulty and we will see at that time it's so wonderful. The one who have $100 in their pocket, they never look at a penny. But one day they are shopping. They have only 98 cents. They must pay 99 cents for that thing they buy. They're really looking for a penny. They don't want to break their dollar or $5 or $10. At that time they wish that, they try to check up all their pockets, whether they see they have a penny in their pocket. But too bad, no penny. Why? Because in the general day, you never save that penny in your pocket. Sometimes we just, throw a penny easily, or, I don't care, I don't need it. But when we face a moment that we really need a penny, and we're looking for around to see any friend, anyone who know shopping around, so we can ask for a penny because we don't want to break a dollar. But too bad. Now you will understand, in the general day, you don't want a penny. Now you have to accept a whole coins. Because after you break your dollar, you have 99 cents back to put in your pocket. This is what we call cause and effect. And remember, when we cause a small thing, the fruit can be larger. Why? Because you have to pay interest. So therefore, when we look at the garden, after winter, we like to go out to outer garden and do some gardening. We took off some of the garbage, we try to make the soil soft, and we try to make we like to see all the plants to grow up. After a while of facing with difficulties, we still can see the tiny happiness start to grow back. Do not just focus to the negative all the times and you give hard time to yourself. And once you feel difficulties, then of course your face cannot smile. You have a lot of tensing on your face, on the way you walk, on the way you talk. Sometimes your voice, people can still hear. You contain a lot of difficulties and suffering. So we are sitting down every night, or we open the chanting book to do a chanting. That is the moment to release ourselves. No more tension. Just focus to the chanting and let's do some chanting. Or sometimes you make prostrations. Our brother here, Winston, he does a lot of prostrations. And that is the time, to release yourself. No more worries, just bow. Good exercise. After 100 bows, 200 bows, hours to bows, you tire, you go home, you rest, you lie down, you sleep easily. There's a very famous doctor, herbalist. His name Hoa. He reminds us 3 things that we try to do. And that is, one of the things is, when we go to bed, not to worry. Try not to bring anything with you when you go to bed. Let your body and your mind totally rest. This very match with what the Buddha said. We only stop our physical body, but we don't stop thinking. And that's why we're unable to sleep. We call rest, but we just rest the body, but we don't rest the mind. And once the mind is not rest, the body cannot sleep. The body also cannot rest. Turn around, turn around, turn around. We cannot rest. So the spring is also a season for all of us to reflect on, related to our daily life. Every time when I see that tiny plants, grew from underground, and I remember that chapter mentioned in Lotus Sutra. Only humans understand humans, and we can help each other easily. Also means we need to break all the ground. You see, everything is a manifest. Nothing totally suffering and nothing totally happiness. You're happy today, but this happiness is only temporary. Maybe 2 more days you have something difficulty to deal with. But that's okay. It's not happy, 2 more days, it will be done. And because life have like that, that's why we still continue this life up to now. It's like you're too full. Maybe another 3-4 hours, you hungry again. And once you're hungry, find something to eat and you get full. And you say, oh, no, I cannot eat anymore. But 2 more hours, 3 more hours, is there anything to eat? We're looking for. So life is a very interesting book. Some page, very beautiful. Some page, very difficult. Sometimes we watch movies. We like fiction, we like romance, we like romantics, we like comedy. And you see, when you read a book, this page so happy, this page so sad. But no matter how thick is the book, that book have to have the last page. No matter whether you're happy or not happy, we all have the last day. So have our meal, have our dinner, have our lunch, our breakfast, like the last meal we have. And if we say, oh, this is my last meal, what happened? We'll eat wholeheartedly. One day there's some members who come to visit the monk. And before they leave, they said, Master, please come with us, and we want to have the last meal with you before we leave. And he said, oh, really? I thought every meal is the last meal. It's a kind of open there, give them another lecture for life. Is this really the last meal? Not sure, maybe. But maybe we have another one tomorrow. Sometimes I reflect. When we buy anything from the shopping, they always have a piece of paper to guarantee. Sometimes they put in the box, 5 years guarantee, 3 years guarantee. But I reflect at our human's life, there is no guarantee. Sometimes we are not, a machine is sometimes is better than us. They still have a guarantee, but our life have no guarantee. One can depart anytime. But when we mention this, doesn't mean to give us sadness or distaste about life, but to see We all know why you see a lot of people walk outside and enjoy their outdoor activities, because they know Edmonton have winter longer than summer. So when it's summer, when it's a hot day, a warm day, they always walk, they enjoy outside. Why? Because we know winter will come soon. Okay, same thing. Today is April 29th. We only have one chance. Sit here in this Friday. There's no guarantee we can come back April 29, 2016 again. This is the only day we have for our lifetime. Why not we enjoy? So now if you still have tea, enjoy. Please finish your tea, your cookies. My dear friends, thank you for your coming, and thank you for your sharing too. And as always, your presence gives us lots of energy and happiness. You nurture us a lot on our practice and our services. And please enjoy the weather, enjoy the time that we have. Next Saturday, on May 7th, there will be a mindfulness day. And on May 22nd, there will be a celebration to celebrate the birth of the Buddha. So please keep in mind and join us for this special day to celebrate the birth of the Buddha. And lately I travel around for retreats and Dhamma talks, but I'm happy that all the brothers here can continue and the session, and I know that you all come to support them and you enjoy the time with the young monks. That makes me so happy. Please continue this effort, because only the practice help us to live more happy. Okay? Buddhism is not a religion. You do not come here as a member of Buddhism. You are come here as a member of the practice. So when we're able to practice, you will see the happiness. Thank you, and enjoy your weekend. Massage your legs.